2. It's on. Don't say anything you'll regret. Because the teacher actually does listen to these, I found out.
Right.
No. Was it this class that he liked my hat? I forget, Taylor. I told you which one. What one was it? Or was it my business
It was this one.
Was it this one?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing it for you today in support of the one and only great Trump. Okay, so where are we at here? Due date. This chapter seemed pretty. I liked it. Did you guys like it?
Yep.
Cool. L10 Group Quiz. I mean, there's only very few that I didn't get any on, and the rest I felt good about. So let's get it done. Where is? There it is. Oh man, isn't Thanksgiving next week?
Yep.
Yep.
Dude, this class doesn't give us it off. We still have all the work. Bummer. Well, according to the schedule, I don't know what he says online.
Right.
But number 1, in a barter system, which of the following pairs has a double coincidence of wants? I think it's D. Am I crazy?
I think it's D.
I like
No,
Saturn.
Yeah,
Isn't
you're
it
crazy.
B?
B, Dieter and Calvin?
Yeah, because Dieter bakes bread and Calvin wants bread.
But
They all do something like that, dude.
I know.
So hold on. A double coincidence, I thought, was when 2 people wanted the same thing and someone.
yeah.
So like you weren't even amounts of matching up.
Oh. Okay.
So everybody wants something from somebody else, and everybody has somebody different right now. But if 2 people want the same thing and only one person offers it, then you have a problem. It's called a. How do you say that word? Cosin. That's not. What is that word? Double.
Coincidence, yeah.
Is that coincidence? Are you sure? That's not like coincidence or something else?
Coincidence?
Coincidence? I feel like it's not coincidence, but that is coincidence.
That's what I thought.
Jessica, what is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I read that in the book, and none of those seem to answer to the question in the book. So,
Okay, cool.
Existence of money makes trade easier. B.
B. Yeah.
B.
Taylor.
Yep.
Which of the following is a store of value? I came up with cash and stocks.
Same.
A. Okay. Which list ranks assets from most to least liquid? I went with B.
Yep.
Currency,
Same.
stocks, fine art. 5 I came up with was fiat money. C. 5 was C.
I did A.
Yeah,
A
but
was a
two. What's fiat money?
It's like no. I thought it meant like didn't have value. Like I'll look it up.
So
It says
when
Oh, go
go
ahead.
for it.
No, you're good.
So just commodity money, that's on page 323.
There.
It's saying that money that takes form of a commodity with intrinsic value. And that means money would have value even if it were not used as money.
Okay.
Okay,
The question
so
says, when colonists in Virginia used tobacco as money, their money is what, right? Like, what is their money? Well, money without intrinsic value is called fiat money. A fiat is an order or decree, and fiat money is established as money by government. For example, let's see. I thought fiat money was money without intrinsic value.
yeah, so I guess what that means, I think it is the commodity one, because fiat money, like the actual item itself, like you can't sell it for $1. Like you can't sell like the paper that the dollar bill is made from, or $100 bill for $100. Right, but I guess what they're saying is they just traded $100 worth of tobacco, like, and just treated it as $100.
No, I got you. That makes perfect sense. Like, I get that. But the question, I think I'm reading it different. Maybe it says, So what is their money when they use tobacco? That would be a comedy money, right? But what's it saying their money? Like, is it saying what is their actual money worth? Like their dollar bill at that point?
When colonists in Virginia used tobacco as money, their money.
Like their actual money is what? Is that what the
Oh
question
yes,
is?
yeah, exactly. But what they're saying is that tobacco was their actual money.
Oh, that's what it's saying. Referring to tobacco. Okay, I read it and said, oh, well, their money is this then.
Oh, you thought it was a separate, right? Okay.
But of course, yeah, it's definitely commodity money. If that's just reading it wrong. Okay.
I think that fiat money has to be authorized by the government or by law too.
Did it?
I think so.
I just know it was money without intrinsic value that is used as money because of government decree or something weird. Yeah. Okay, cool. So 6, which is not included in M1. C.
Same.
Yep.
7. B.
Same.
8. A.
Same.
9. I'm not sure on. Oh, it's got to be B or D.
B.
Yes, it is because they are conducted in New York State. I feel like that's correct.
Taylor.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
I read that after I got done doing it. Let me find it.
Yeah, I got it right here. I think it's page 327.
Okay.
What's the question asking? All Fed purchases and sales of government bonds are conducted at that. Okay.
Because corporate stocks and bonds are conducted in New York. That wouldn't be true. I wouldn't think they're conducted all over. Are they not? Well,
the Fed is an example of a central bank, an institution designed to oversee the banking system and regulate the quantity of money in the economy. Okay.
It says all Fed purchases and sales of government bonds are conducted at the New York Fed's trading desk. That's on 328. So that is the answer. Now, are any of the other ones possibilities? On page 328, Taylor, halfway down.
Is it in 16.2b?
Yeah, you're down there in that first paragraph, the bottom of it. It doesn't say anything else about the other answers, so I'm going with B.
Yep.
10 is C.
Yep.
11, I came up with C.
Same.
Okay. 12, I came up with B.
Yep.
13, B.
Yes.
14, B also.
Same.
And then 15, I have not marked. So that's the federal funds rate is the interest rate that
It's A.
banks charge one another for loans.
Yep. It wasn't the homework, so.
Was it? I said I didn't do it for whatever reason. All right, Taylor, you good?
Yep.
16A.
Same.
17A.
Yep.
Okay. And then 18, I did not finish.
I did B on this one.
You did B. Taylor, did you do anything on this one, dude?
No.
What route did you take for it? Or what was your setup, Jessica?
Trying to remember now.
Reserve requirement and percentage of deposits held. Just a lot of wording, I think, confused me.
Yeah.
I just remember adding some of those stuff.
Okay. Hold 300 million tasers of required reserves, 75 million of excess reserves, and issue 75 million of tase deposits and hold 225.
So, like, what's the question asking? The question's asking
The money supply.
How much would the money supply change?
After they loaned 10 million.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, what's the money supply?
We got to find out what their required reserve is, right? Or not. Money supply is how much money is in the market after they hold back their reserves. So there's a required amount they have to keep, and then the amount they push in is what's supplied to the market.
Yeah, so the quantity of money available in the economy. So yeah.
Can't remember.
Just
So aggregate. So just let's do the math. So it says they hold 300 million in reserves. So those count, right?
yeah, those they can't get rid of unless it's excess reserves. So they have excess of 75 million,
So plus 75.
and they issued 75 million deposits.
It issued that many deposits. So do we add that much?
I think deposits.
Jessica, what do you think? Should we add that 7,500?
I just remember doing the assets and liabilities. So deposits are on the liabilities part. So I didn't use that one. It's not that it has to be added to the reserves because they're. I mean, both sides have to be equal. Does it make sense? Because reserves is in the assets part, so
Okay.
it cannot be added to the deposits because deposits on the other side is the liabilities.
So you're saying we shouldn't have added the 75 then? It's just the 300. So the amount is just 300 million
Plus 75.
plus 75. So then
As
how
it
are they?
says.
Okay. And they hold 225 in bonds and issue 75 in deposits. That they loaned. So why would it change 200 million if they're only giving away 10?
Yeah, I'm confused on that, dude. Where's this at in the book?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just confusing.
I'm on 328. That's where they give the definition of money supply. Oh, here we go. 331. 330.
So it says, suppose also that both the reserve requirement and the percentage of deposits held in excess reserves stay the same. Is that referring to the 75 million and the 300 million didn't change? When it says that in the question?
Yeah. You know for sure we're going to get these more. So it's like, you just got to figure this out.
Well, it's weird. Is this the same thing we did on the previous problems? This is no different than like 11, 12, 13. They're all deals with the percentage of the reserve. Like that's what it's referring to.
Right.
But the wording just being stupid and screwing up the thinking process. I'm going to put it in Excel, see if I can make sense of it.
So what happens when you have excess reserves? What does that mean?
That's what you have extra to borrow loan out.
So does that mean like that's extra on your asset side? Like, so it's not going to be equal by that much?
Let's see. Well, it still would be equal to your liability side. But what is it under? Reserves.
It's interesting because on all these ones in the book, it's always the reserves equal the deposits. But this one, the deposit is like way small. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I totally read that wrong. They have 7,500 million of deposits.
7,500,000.
7,500 million of deposits. That's a lot.
Three, 1, 2, 3.
So Jessica, real quick,
Yeah.
you're saying that both sides need to equal, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. So on the one side, we're going to have so what's going to be in our asset column?
So both reserves, the required and excess one. And then I think that's what I did. Like I added 300 plus 75, which makes 375, and then I think I did 75 over 375, and it's 0.2. I mean, because there's a percentage of the excess reserve compared to the all reserves, and then multiplying by 100, which makes 20%, and then multiplying by 10, which makes 200.
Why would you multiply it by 10?
Because they have to be equal both sides. So if we do the calculations with the reserves, so it's the same thing as with the deposits.
Okay,
So,
I see. And because they loaned 10 million?
Yeah.
So you're saying to get this number, we didn't need to mess with the other side at all? Because I don't know, for me, if I would try to equal that out, that's like really not possible because liabilities are at
Yeah, it cannot happen.
7,000.
There are other things in the assets that it's not here in there. They didn't mention it. That's why.
So there are other things, but they just didn't include it for us.
Yeah, I think so.
Right, because you can't just owe that much money and only have that much. And where would the bonds, the 225 of bonds, that would go on the liability side, right?
Yeah.
So when you write it all down, it just looks really unequal. So then I don't really guess I understand what's the question asking?
How much money supply change? So how much change of supply of money will there be?
you loan out another 10. Trippy.
You don't like it?
So, Jessica, you're saying that because they loaned out that much money, you just took the percent of the assets?
Yeah.
You're saying, oh, because it did that much, then it has to affect the other side by that much.
Yeah.
Sure. Cool. So just when they loan out the money, they're taking 10 from the assets and they're putting it over to the liabilities column?
So when they use something from each side, it has to decrease on the other side too.
So where does that 10 come from?
So the bank is just loaning. It's loaning from the deposits, I think.
So we would subtract, say, like 10 from the 75 is what you're saying? And then increase.
Well, I remember there's a formula for the money supply. I don't remember because I don't have a book. But
yeah, it was like 1 over 10 R.
Something like that.
Let me see here.
So I did this like a week ago.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's on page like 332, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
And that's the 1 over 10 dealio.
What was the formula?
Let's see. There's a R is the reserve ratio for all banks in the economy, but then each dollar reserve generates 1/R dollars of money. In our example, R equals 1/10, so the money multiplier is 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, because how much money do they multiply with their reserve? That's what we're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Plus, okay.
So shouldn't we? So it's saying it's the reciprocal of the ratio. So we really should take our assets and you divide it by the liabilities, right?
No.
The money multiplier is the reciprocal of the reserve ratio. So what is the reserve ratio? Like, how do you find that? If R is the ratio for all banks in the economy, then the dollar is that 1 divided by R. Yes, you take your reserves and you divide it by your deposits. And whatever that ratio is, that's what you multiply it by. So I think we have 375. We divide that by. It's just deposits, but should I include the bonds? So if we just did deposits, that equals 1 over 20. So that means 20 is our multiplier.
Yeah.
There we go. That's exactly what you did. 10 times 20.
Thank you, Taylor.
Hey,
Finally.
no problem. So you got that, Dallin?
No, guys, listen to you. What did you do to get the multiplier? You took your assets divided by.
Yeah, so it's not the
Liabilities?
total assets. I think you just take your reserves, because what they're saying is you have a small amount of reserves, but because of that, you can loan out like a lot more.
Correct.
So you take. So if you look on the page 331 real quick,
Yeah, there.
so you see they
Loan
have
out there.
reserves of 810.
Mm-hmm.
That means they have deposits of 80, and then they have deposits of 81. So if you divide 810 divided by 81, that's going to give you 0.1 or 10%.
Okay.
Or so.
And we have, let's see, we have reserves of 75. Wait, do you go off excess or total reserves?
So
What
I
number are
did
you going
total.
off?
I did total reserves.
Okay.
So that's 375. And then you divide that by, I didn't include the bonds. I just did 7,500 deposits. And that gives you 0.05, which is 1/20th.
0.05. Okay.
So it's 1/20th.
The 1/20th is what you multiply. Let's see. So what do
No,
you take?
and then they said you take the reciprocals. You flip it.
20.
And you divide it by the top. Yeah, the bottom number. Just 20.
It should be 20. So then you times, what do you times that by to get your 200?
So they're saying they're going to loan the banks. So in the scenario, they said they're going to loan the banks 10 million Tazis.
Oh, then you times it by 10 million. Okay.
Divide by, yeah, because that's the money multiplier. So you
Gotcha.
see how much it affects.
I gotcha. Cool, dude.
Hey,
Rock on.
I figured that out.
I love it when Taylor gets thinking, you know? He just gets shit done. He does best under stress, I think. 7. See, we did 17. We just did 18. 20. I said B. No, 19. I said B. Let's see. Yeah, I said B.
I did A.
Where does it talk about a bank run? Here we go. That's his page 337.
Both the decision to hold relatively more currency and the decision to hold relatively more excess reserves. Well, I said this decrease because they're taking the money out or they're not letting it be loanable, but maybe that's where I'm off.
I feel like those. So what's the difference between the two answers?
One decreases and one increases. That's the only difference, man. The very end.
Oh yeah. So it makes money supply go up or down?
Yeah. So that was my thing. So
I think it makes it go down.
Because that's what I think. But the reason I think that is because the decision to hold relatively more excess reserves would make the money supply. So they're taking more money out and not letting it be part of a supply. They're holding it in, right? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, so they're saying both sides. Like
So I
the
feel like
bank wants to hold more money and they want to hold more money.
That's how I took it as. So I figured it would decrease from that point of standpoint. Did you find it in the book, Jessica, or is that just what'd you do?
Just thinking like it's the excess reserve, so like they have access to it. So
Does the excess reserve increase money supply though, or decrease?
So I don't. Since the bank is holding it, it's to use it. I think I don't know.
I mean, I guess if they keep an excess reserve, that gives them a more loanable amount.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Like,
but still, the thing that you said made sense. So I don't know.
But bank runs always happen in like bad times, like bad things happen. Like, you know, it's talking about like the Great Depression and things like that. Like, it doesn't yield excess money. I think it'd be like a bad thing.
I thought it was B2. Where would it be at? Let's see.
Well, I'm reading this on 337. It's
337. Okay.
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 It's a Wonderful Life. Have you seen that before? That movie? Either of you? It's really.
I haven't. Are you watching it?
No, I'm like, it's a Christmas movie. It's really nice.
No,
It
I love
talks about-
Christmas movies.
It talks about it in this example. So. It's like an old school.
Well, so this is referring to a bank run. So bank run's a bad thing then, isn't it?
Yeah, bank runs are not good.
So I think the money supply would decrease.
Yeah.
According to like even the whole idea that it's not. I mean, it's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's because everyone gets scared. So they hear that. What it means is that like everyone hears that. You know, they heard that like the stocks crashed or
Yeah, I think it's B2.
the sky is falling. So everyone runs to the banks and they want their money. But in It's a Wonderful Life, he said, "Well, I don't have your money here because it's in this guy's house. Like your money's not."
Yeah,
at the
I think
bank,
it's B2.
somewhere else."
Rolling with the bees. And then I love the whistle, you know? The 20, I came up with D.
Same.
Perfect.
Finally.
Yeah, that's what I came up with. You guys feel good about those?
Yep.
Okay.
Good job, team.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and submit this, and I guess we'll meet up unless he sends an email. We'll just plan on next Tuesday, same time.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye.
Thank you, guys.